Good morning, learners. Today, on 19th, we're going to look at prepositions. Just to brief you, because in the first day when we had our lesson, we mentioned about parts of speech, and preposition is among the parts of speech that we looked into. So, what is the definition of this word? As we mentioned in our first lesson, we say that prepositions are words that give us the position. These are words that show position of things, just to make it precise. From the word preposition. So they come before a word to show its position at the matter. A good example, let's look at some few examples. We mentioned the use of in. The use of in and into, for example. In and into. These are very confusing, learner. They are very confusing, but if you look at them well, in shows position at rest. Position at rest. And underline the word rest there. Position at rest. Let me give an example under that. We talked of the teacher is in the house. I am standing here as I teach you, so I am in the house. The pupils are in class, meaning they are resting inside that particular class. So they are in class. I.e., just mention the pupils. The pupils are in class. So you can't say into class here, because they're already in class, they are seated, they are maybe being taught by the teacher, or they are waiting to be taught. So the pupils are in class. That is position at rest. They are in. When pupils are playing in the field, talk of pupils are playing in the field because they are within that field and they are position at rest. They are inside. So when talk of into, learner, this one shows motion. And what do I mean by motion, learner? There is some sort of movement happening, like when you are just entering the class, so that the pupils ran into the classroom. The pupils ran into the classroom. They ran into, meaning there was movement as they were entering the class. So into, learner, differentiate them. This one shows position, shows motion, that there was movement, and then this one shows that you are at position at rest. That's the difference between in and into as prepositions, learner. Just to go back to our definition, these are words that shows the position. So when you are in class seated, learner, you are at position at rest, hence we must use the learner is seated in class. When you are moving, you are getting into that place. A dog jumping into a river, we say that the dog jumped into the water or into the pool because there was sort of movement as the dog was running. The boy dived into the ocean. Talk of that because there was movement. When you are diving, you move from one place to another. So talk of into. Don't say the boy dived in the pool. That is very wrong, learner. When talk of in, then the boy was standing in the ocean. That is now right, because you're already inside and you are standing there. So much for that, learner. We go to our second aspect. That is the use of at and in. At and in. How do you differentiate between these two? At and in. So at refers to a smaller place. A small place. At. And then in is a bigger. Can talk of a bigger place. So we are comparing the small one and the big one. We can talk of this smaller and bigger. What do we mean by this, learner? You can talk of John is at Uhuru Park. Uhuru Park is a smaller place in Nairobi. So at there will refer to a smaller place as compared to the whole of Nairobi that is bigger. Nairobi is a big place. If you tell that something that I am in Nairobi, somebody can't get you. Because Nairobi is a very big place. It doesn't know where to begin when it comes to searching for you. So talk of I am at Uhuru Park. Somebody can easily get you at Uhuru Park because it's a smaller place. We learn at St. Claret. We talk of at because that's a small place, somebody can get you there. By talk of in, can talk of St. Claret if it's found in Kiembeni. So Kiembeni is a bigger place. Hence we talk of in. So just to give that example, John lands at St. Claret in Kiembeni Estate. So in there shows the bigger place, and then at shows the smaller place where he can be found. That's the difference between the use of at and in. Like I hope you have captured that. So at is used to show a bigger place. Like right now we have Mombasa as a city. So John stays in Mombasa. That's a bigger place. But exact place where he can be found, he stays at Shanzu.
Old Town.
Good. We have a very good example. Old Town is a small place in Mombasa. So Jennifer stays at Old Town, but in Mombasa. So much for that. We go to another confusive preposition that disturbs us a lot. That is the use of under and beneath. Beneath. So here I love to use an illustration of a table drawn in a funny way like this. This is a table of my learner. It doesn't look like the normal table you know. It doesn't look like this because what I want to show here comes here. So comes to this. This is my table. This ball is on the table, and this cat here I've drawn here is under this table. Why do we talk of under? Because this cat is completely at rest where the floor of this particular house where this table is. So when the cat is down, completely down this table, we talk of under. This one is under. This ball is on the table. What about beneath? Most of you have tendency of attaching or stitching chewed gum somewhere here. So when you have eaten gum, you have chewed gum, and then you stitch it there, Alana. What do we say? This gum is beneath. Talk of beneath here. Why beneath? Because it is not under. It is only on the lower part of the top of this table. So we talk of beneath. You may see teachers at times sit while marking your books on they sit marking your books using the table. So at that time when somebody is seated, he doesn't sit on the table, but you see him sitting on a chair next to this table. But looking at his legs will be like this, in this manner. So this is a teacher seated here. His feet are down, the legs are down here, and the knees are normally somewhere. These are the knees of a teacher. So these knees are said to be beneath this table. Why? Because they are not under, but they are slightly just next to the top of the table. So that is the meaning of beneath, learner. Needs to get it very, very right. Beneath is not suspended down, but just next to the top of the table. So I've explained that. So just to give an example. The cat is under and is lying. The cat is lying under the table. And then my knees are beneath the table. That is just for an example now. So much for that. We go to our next thing. The use of by and with. By and with. So by is used for a person. By is used for a person or an agent. A person or an agent. Let's give you an example. And then by is used. By with is used. Then with is used for an instrument. For example, we have the tree was cut by a farmer. That is the person who cut it, or the agent. An agent is just, it was done by who. So the tree was cut, or the car, the tree was cut by father. Meaning father is the agent, the person who cut it. Talk of by. And then, what did father use to cut the tree? Land. You can use a panga. So the panga is the agent, is the instrument. So the tree was cut. By father with an axe or with a panga. So with now comes here. With a panga. Whatever is used to cut is now what? The teacher used a chalk to write on the wall, on the chalkboard. So we don't talk of the teacher used a chalk was used. No, the teacher, the chalk was written by father, or the chalk was written by the teacher, but with a piece of chalk. We use a piece of chalk to write. To talk of with, and then by the agent, that is the teacher or the farmer in that particular case. So much for that. Between and among, that one is so simple, I won't write it on the board, but just to mention, between. Between is just to show two things, learner. The word between, just to mention, between and among. Between shows two, and then this one shows more than two people. For example, can you share the mango between the two of you? Jane and John shared the mango between themselves. So between is used to show two characters, and then among is used to show many. The class shared the mango among themselves. So all of them, even if there were 10 of them, they shared one mango equally. So we talk of among them. Just before I get out of this area, there is something that is most learners are getting a problem here. We have the word each. Each is normally used to show two characters. Each of them washed their hands. Meaning, we're talking about two people, two characters. Talk of each. Just to mean two. So, learner, mark that. The word each there is normally used to show only two things. Don't talk of many people and also say each. But each of you must bring their books, and then you are referring to many pupils. That is wrong. In that case, we talk of all of them. All of you must bring their books. But talk of each, meaning you only mean two people. Maybe you're talking about the prefect and the monitor. So each of you has to see the teacher. You mean two people. So much for that. Then we go to beside and beside. beside, and besides. Besides, I mentioned this, but just to do more clarification. Besides means near. This one means near something. And then, of course, besides means over or above. Means over and above. Over and above. For example, the cat was sitting beside the bed. So beside there meaning it was near the bed. The cat was sitting beside the bed. Meaning this cat was sitting next to the bed. Beside there is just next to. And then our example 2, I have two pens besides the one. I have 2 pens besides this one. So if you look at that, it's just in addition to, we're telling the person that we have, other than the one we have, I still have a number of them. So above this one, I still have there. So that's why our besides is used as a preposition. But remember, in our previous lesson, we mentioned that besides is also used to show used to show in addition to that. Besides mother being a doctor, he is also a farmer. So we are adding more information about what mother is able to do. Our next thing is going to be after and in. After and in. So after shows the past tense. After shows the past tense, and in shows the future. A sentence just to justify that. I came after a week. He came after a week. He came after a week, meaning that was already something that is past. Then the future, we talk of I shall come in a week time. I shall come in a week time. I shall come, meaning something to come in the future. That's how we use in. I shall come in a week time. Then he came after a week. Meaning that is something that had already passed. Talk of after. You can't say he came in a week. It's something that's already passed. Talk of after. Then I already mentioned the issue of above. So I don't need to continue more than that, Lana. Just to mention the issue of to agree with. So those ones are somewhat with different prepositions. Agree to. We agree to something, but we agree with somebody. Like you may agree with your mother on some principles used at home, and you can agree to something. Like he doesn't agree to your proposals, but he doesn't agree with me. So agree with somebody, but you agree to an idea or something. You act upon something, but you act under something. Change into something, but you change from direction. For example, you change from east to south. That was his position. You deal in something, like somebody can be selling textile goods. So he deals in textile, but you deal with somebody. You ever had teachers telling you, I'll deal with you accordingly. So you deal with somebody, but you deal in something, maybe trade. You differ from, that is opinion. His opinion differs from his opinion, but you differ with somebody. I differ with you as far as this idea is concerned. You can differ with somebody, disappointed in something, but disappointed with somebody. Your mother is always disappointed with you when you fail exams, but is disappointed in something, like we were disappointed in our hopes. You didn't achieve whatever you want, so you are disappointed in that thing, but disappointed with somebody. Divided among, that I mentioned, but it divided between two people. Then we had interested in, that is somebody. He is not interested in your work, that is something. Then interested with somebody. I have no interest with him. You completely don't want him. You part from somebody, but you part with somebody. That's an example. The children does not like to part from his mother. The child does not like to part from his mother. Then I don't like to part with my house. I don't like to part with my house. So much for that, Lana. Oh, there's one remaining. We have write about. We write about something, like you can write about an animal, and then we can write to somebody. That is, when writing a letter, we write to somebody. I wrote a letter to my mother, but I wrote about our school. So you can write a composition about your school, but you can't write composition about somebody, but write to somebody now. So much for that, Lana. Just look at a few examples here given in the work I want to give you. The work I want to give you today, that is exercise 53. That is page 72 up to 74. So a bit big exercise, but we'll just look at some few examples here. Number 1 says, his father was angry him for coming late. So I just mentioned about angry. You're angry with somebody, but angry. You're angry with somebody, but angry to somebody, to something. So here is somebody, him, that is somebody. So his father was angry with him for coming late. My uncle lives Nakuru the Rift Valley province. Talk of my uncle lives at a smaller place. Not Nakuru and Rift Valley. Nakuru is just one of the towns that are found inside the Rift Valley province or region. So my uncle lives at Nakuru in the Rift Valley province. Number 3, I'm not afraid anybody. We talk of afraid of somebody. Then the thief jumped the wall and vanished. We jump over something. This one we don't mention that, but we jump over a wall or over something that is put. So we jumped over the wall and vanished. Then we are thinking to make a wall our house. So we put a wall. Someone can talk of a wall around our house, but in this case I want to talk of a wall for our house. The wall belongs to the what? The house. So the wall for our house. Then Albert climbed the pole and tied the rope. When you go up the pole, talk of up. So he climbed up the pole and tied the rope. Then lastly, number 7, cows were sitting the shade. The shade. So this shade has brought, let me just to mention, the cows were sitting the shade of a tree. or a tree. So learn just to be very, very specific here. We talk of in the shade, because literally, even if I just draw a tree here now, and you can do it practically. I've done a simple tree there. It's a big tree, but you can see a cow is here. These eggs are these excess. Let me make the main. These are cows. It's a herd of cows resting here. So if you look at it well, our shade will come here. You do science, the shade will fall down here. When the sun is overhead, the sun is here. So the shade will be completely down here. So these cows are inside, they are in that shade. Talk of they are in the shade. But what if I brought the tree? They are under this tree. So they are under the tree, completely down it. But they are inside this shade. Position at rest, that is what we begin with. They are in the shade but under the tree. So when we given this, please don't put under the shade. You can't be under the shade. The shade is already there. So nobody can go under that shade. We are in the shade but under the tree. Learn get it very, very right. And that is the last one I was to give. We can try the rest. Looking at exercise 54, we have the right suitable preposition in the following sentences. We have the tree was cut, dash a man, dash an axe. Exactly the one I want to give. The tree was cut by a man with an axe. With an agent. No, by an agent and then with an instrument. We are going dash car, but they prefer to come dash foot. So we travel, we go by car. Learn this, I've just seen it and I've remembered something about it again. There's issue of in and on. In and on. Learn just write this because it's very important and I forgot to mention it. There's issue of in here and by. So in and on and by. Jane go to school by bus. Jane go to school by bus. By bus because there is no article before bus. Talk of by bus, by car, by lorry, and etc. By motorbike. But when it comes to in, when there's an article learner before bus, like John go to school, dash a car. Learner here now you put in. Car. Why do you put in learner? Because there is a what? An article before car. So John go to school in a car. So this is private, and I'll write this one private and small. When talk of small and private, any vessel, any mode of transport that is small and private, that can be your father's car, can be a small taxi hired. So we talk of in a car. If it is big and public, that is one difference. Big and public. A ferry is an example. We crossed the ocean on. The children were on a ferry. So on is now used big and public. The ferry is normally big and is public means of transport. Those talk of a bus or a matatu. A matatu is big and it's public. So we talk of Jane came to school on a matatu. Don't know say in a car, in a matatu again. Remember this, I just mentioned, underline it, private and small. We talk of in. But that is when there's an article there. Then on, big, like a bus. Tom came to school on a bus. Why do we say on a bus? Because it is big and public. There's nobody who has a private bus. We don't have a private bus, but we have a what? A public bus. So learner, from there, I think I've mentioned it very clearly. That's why you can answer this now. We are going by car because there's no article, by car, but they prefer to come on foot. We talk of on foot. On foot. Then she was away from work on Monday. So just mention that. She was away from work on Monday. So much for that. I think that is the last exercise, learner. So you are able to do the rest of the question. I've tackled 7 questions under exercise 53, and I've tackled 3 questions under exercise 54. So we are able to tackle the rest, learner, and I shall send the answers as soon as you finish that work that your parents can mark for you. So until next time, you stay safe at home, and may you remain being blessed. Thank you.